like that. Okay? More questions?
And with Vastrika, we've used two arm position, this one and this one.
Yeah.
And you said this one has more healing effect.
Yep.
How?
Healing effect on the level of the movement. What does it mean? When you open your chest like this, your movement of the joints of the chest area will be not the same when you do like this. You understand? And it calls excursion of the lungs. Excursion of the lungs. How much your lungs will be open.
Okay.
So, and this is the maximum how it can be open. This is the collapse. Maximum. Bam, bam. Yeah? Just like that. It's a question of the chest joints, spinal joints of the chest and things like that. Okay? Okay. So, no more questions?
Well, many questions. And with children, so far the breathing exercises and the prana that we have covered. Can children also do, or is there an age that we should not?
This is the gain point of the attitude view. Yoga in general, this is activity which will be taken by the will. You want it. Nobody will force you to go to do the yoga or something. What age you think kids want to do yoga?
If they see you doing as a parent, whatever age, they also try to copy. Okay.
Can do. Through the all my practice, I saw only one guy. He was practicing without his will. His mother forced him. Mother promised go to have Ashtanga intensive for the 2 weeks, and then I will buy a car for you. And believe me, it was one of the most terrible student. You know, he just don't want to be here, and I cannot force him. That's why people who can come by they want to come, then I can work with them. If they don't want to come, how can I force them? They will never follow. They will never accept me as a teacher or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and yoga activity in general, this is activity by the willness. You want to do. If kids now, speed of the change, it's changed a lot. People living much more faster. Look around what's going on. And in this case, we are like dinosaurs between our kids and us. And they are our teachers on the many levels. Even my small son, he teach me a lot already, like that. And if he want to do something, I will not to stop him. I mean about yoga activity, I will not to let him destroy it himself. But if he want to do some good things, then I will be happy about it, just like that. More questions? Yes? No? What? People? No more? No? Thea, you don't have questions?
Yeah.
Yes?
I want to ask one line to the Kapalabhati and after my belly hurt.
What side? What side? Right side.
Right. Yeah.
So, this is actually point of another course. Through the Kapalabhati, if you practice on the wrong way, your response of the body will be also a little bit wrong. For example, if you will practice Kapalabhati on the very fast way, you can feel pain from the right side or actually from the left too, from the left. You know what is this liver? Liver. Liver. Through the practice of Kapalabhati on the over speed, too fast, too much blood come to the liver and you will feel pain. Liver come bigger and start to push into the nerve channels. You understand? And then you feel pain. It can be pain from the right side. Did I tell you that? No?
Yes.
From the left side, from the left side.
Left side.
Yes or no?
No.
What we have on the left side? What we have on the left side? You know what is this lymphatic system? Lymphatic system. Center of lymphatic system, what is this? Center of lymphatic system, what is it? So, green organ, and it also, since Kapalabhati force many processes into the body.
Bile?
Huh? How do we call it?
Bile?
No, not a bile. Bile, this is the liquid from the bile. This is a yellow liquid from the gallbladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is on the side of the liver, not pancreas. Okay, I will find in English and then I will drop it in the chat. Pancreas, this is the gland.
This is the pancreas.
This is kidney.
Spleen.
Dear, I will find it and I will drop it. I will find it and I will drop it. This organ also can be. So you can find the center of lymphatic system, not filters of lymphatic system. We have many filters, yeah. But center of lymphatic system. This is a big organ, and Kapalabhati will force all processes inside of the body, and that's why circulation of the lymph also will be forced, and that organ can collect over level of the lymph. And it also can provide you painful sensations like
So you said if there is pain on the left side, Kapalabhati can also force. What will it force in that organ?
Look, pain can be from the left hand side and from the right hand side. From the right hand side, this is a liver. From the left hand side, this is another organ. This is not a very, how to say, not a very often, or how to say, often.
Yeah.
It more can be with the liver. Gallbladder, the only green organ.
No, it is a spleen.
No, dear, as far as you know. So I give you. Forget about it now. Let's draw attention for another things. Yeah, I tell you where is it and how it's looking like and about it. So, more questions? Someone not remember. Pardis, I think you asked, or you may be about Kapalabhati on inhale and abdominal manipulations. I don't know who, but someone asked me, not remember who. On classical way, you don't need to do manipulations, but on beginning way, this is a difficult to force abdominal manipulation, to force forced inhale without abdominal manipulations. So it also can be used. You understand? But here you will use not belly muscles, you use a palm. Just like that. In some times when body will be trained properly, then you can do it without hand. You understand? You understand or not? Just answer my answer to your question. Yeah, it can be used. Hand can be used like that. Okay? Okay. More questions? No more questions?
Yes.
Yes or not?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
In Kapalabhati, when you are going to teach the beginners this, the first time, for the first time, how that person can understand without inhaling, just exhale for almost a minute. It's difficult.
No, it's not difficult. This is a question of attention. We already will sort that point little bit by the kind of philosophy point. So we'll just remind you. Everything inside of the body under your control. Everything. Even vegetative nerve system. We train our combining somatic nerve system and vegetative nerve system. You remember, you understand what I'm talking about? Somatic muscles, which you use, and vegetative, this is another vegetative processes, alive processes. We combine it, we make it closer and closer and closer. We do it one by one. And we switch one to other, another to previous. History knows examples when very advanced yogis can stop the heart activity. Can, you know. Even these things, by your consciousness, by your willness, can be practiced. Everything, everything can be taken by the right repeating. You need to repeat it on the right way 7 times. You need to do it slowly. When you teach them, you cannot teach them, only they can teach themselves. You can give them example according on your own body. Yeah. And real teaching process going on when they practice, then when they start to do it, then they start to integrate, your knowledge will be taken and how it works with my body, yeah? And like this teaching process going on. So, they have to do it slowly, to control everything. They need to take attention, bring it to the present moment, hold in the mind. This is not much information. Just first exhale, belly in with exhale, and inner inhale. Eyes closed. That's it. That's it. You know, in situation when human's body destroyed according to neuron communications, that is difficult. That is difficult for the people at 70 years old to do like this. Very difficult. They cannot follow. This is kind of test to condition of neuron system. Simple thing. Everybody can. I don't talk about this. I don't talk about this even. Yeah. I talk about super simple. In, up, both, up. And in this case, we'll start to work first with the neuron communications. We'll provide them. Today, on the practice, I will give you a sequence of this one, full one. Yeah. Then you can find it in the internet when we will upload it. To have it, I mean. So. And then, when it comes to another level, more control we can say, yeah, more communication inside. I talk about neuron systems. And then, you can provide them more difficult element. Yeah, palm to the chest, another to the belly. And just exhale. They need to draw attention for the point, just no inhale. Release the belly, air come automatically. Relax the belly, air come automatically. You understand? We're so much talking about Kapalabhati on this course, people.
I think it's the most difficult one.
You think what? You think what?
I said that.
You talk about each other.
Return her.
Okay.
I thought I just sent it to her. I said I will.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, people. Today we have a target and we need to sort 2 techniques. We need to close a question with the Agni Saradhavati, and we need to sort a new technique before we will start to practice it today. You don't have any questions, right?
They're coming.
Yes or not?
Not at the moment.
Okay, good. No, not much. Like I saw these comments, and I saw Pardi's comments about difference between udiyana pranayama and difference between agni saradhauti. We know there is the one more element which calls udara bandha, right? Well, you with me? Udara bandha. Udiyana bandha when belly coming inside, yeah. Udara bandha when belly coming outside. Compensation, opposite one, yeah. Udiyana in, udara out. There, you understand what I'm talking about? Say yes, yes, yes. Good, okay. So, now tell me, now why one of them sympathetic, another parasympathetic? Look, on the chat, on the private chat, someone, not remember, just a couple of days asked me, no, yesterday asked me about sequence of pranayama. Sequence of pranayama. You understand what I'm talking about? Sequence of pranayama. So, sequence of pranayama have a very, it's not like Ashtanga, for example. Even Ashtanga, when you practice, you will practice the elements which will not to destroy your body. But sequence of pranayama, it should be clever, intelligent, smart practice. You understand? It shouldn't be like in the military, like this. More or less, it should be sympathetic, parasympathetic, sympathetic, parasympathetic, to compensate each other, to do not force this or that systems of the body more than it's necessary. Why, you understand? Why? Did you hear? You with me? You understand me? Okay. And sequence of pranayama, it have a varma. Look, first we'll practice Kapalabhati as a very strong activated element which will work with your sympathetic nerve system, will switch your body up, yeah, prepare you. This is look like warm-up, right? But process going on a little bit inside, on another level, not on that level when we do Surya Namaskars, for example. Through the Surya Namaskars, we use the skeleton muscles. Through the Kapalabhati, we work with another level of the warm-up. After that, we need to compensate. That's why we'll practice Ujjayi, yeah, or full breath technique to compensate, to little bit relax the body. Then, why next element will be udiyana pranayama? Because blood into the lower limbs. What blood we have into the lower limbs? Who can remind me? Veins blood. This is a veins blood. Yeah? We have arteries definitely, because without arteries oxygen cannot be delivered to the things, to the tissues. Yeah? But more, like 70%, we have a veins, and 30% we have arteries. In the upper part we have a 30% veins and 70% of the arteries. You remember that? Did I explain you that already, right? And to prevent your body from the sluggish effects, and we remember all diseases into the human's body will come only because of the sluggish effects. Thea, you understand sluggish effects? What does it mean? No. When you understand sluggish effect? No circulation effect. If your blood will not circulate, it will be under sluggish effect, no circulation. Again, example, I will take this cup, close it, put it to the angle and forget about it. Because no circulation, in sometimes pathogen things will go on inside. Water will be green, water will smell, because of the sluggish, no circulation. There, you understand?
state.
Yeah. So, and into the human's body, sluggish effects, this is the reason of all diseases. Not enough circulation. If not enough circulation, why it's bad? Because cells of the blood, which are everywhere around inside of our body, will be not cleaned properly. Blood will not clean. So, bacteria or other, like not the bacteria, like dead cells, dead blood cells, weak, sick blood cells will be there. They will come to the colonies. Colony, you know colony? You understand colony? What is this colony?
No?
Ashtanga, this is the colony inside of the yoga, kind of community. Community of the weak cells.
Okay.
If you look same me, we can talk about the things because we have the same topics. You have a low back pain, I have a low back pain. We can be friends. You understand? You have a small kids, I have a small kids. Colony or colony? How to say colony? Colony. Okay. So colony of the cells, they're actually intelligent. They have an intellect. They will come together. This is the beginning of the tumor. You understand? Then they will start to survive. How to survive? By the it will be parasites. Like this. And this is just an example. I talk about cancer. Yeah? Products of the life, dirty cells, weak, dead cells, toxins, other dirtiness will stay inside of the blood circulation into the vessels. And it will come, sluggish effects will lead to this. No circulation and disease can begin. You understand? So, why I tell you that? Because through the udияна practicing, all blood from the lower limbs will be sucked up by the pumping effect of the abdominal. What we do? We suck, right? Right or not? We stay, yeah? And we suck it, yeah? Blood from actually not from the legs straight away, but from the pelvic area will be sucked up, will be enriched by the oxygen into the lungs, yeah? Dirtiness will come in and out, nutritious and things will enrich the blood streams. In the same time, blood from the lower limbs will come to the pelvic area, and on the next circle we will suck it and suck it and suck it and suck it. This is understand? Okay. Next. On this moment, we can say warm-up finished. Warm-up of the pranayama finished. We practice Kapalabhati to switch on body. We practice parasympathetic one to compensate. Yeah? Then we take a blood streams to prevent it from the sluggish effects. Yeah? Now body ready to practice a pranayama. Next, it can be healing element according to the needs, people. According to the needs, what you need, what is your targets, what you're looking for from this practice. If you want a healthy body, then you will do agni, hyperventilation techniques, mula, shodhana techniques, which will be sorted to now, yeah? And then, Pardis, you hear? Cannot see you, cannot hear you. And then,
Yes.
Body will be healed. Body will be healed. If you want to practice techniques and you have another reasons, another targets, like for example, you want to work with your consciousness, with your thin bodies, then you can start to practice another techniques. This is like Nadi Shudhana, Surya or Chandra Bhedana, and this is the real elements of the pranayama. pranayama which was given to us by the teachers. This is actually easy to find it in the old sources. It's just, it's open. That's why practice of Nadi Shudhana, for example, it should be minimum 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Maximum it should be half hour. And believe me, this is not a very easy to do. That's why we say on the 8 limbs level, like yama, niyama, asana, then pranayama. Yes, so asana will prepare you to the long sittings, to the long pranayamas. And this is not easy. It's not easy mentally. It's not easy emotionally. Physically, it's not easy. That's why we train our body through the practicing of the yoga asana, I mean. Yeah? Through the practice of real kind of elements of the pranayama, like Nadi Shudhana we will take as example, you should now feel your legs. Circulation of the blood into the legs not exist. You don't feel it. You don't feel your legs. That means you don't move. And try to sit. Try to sit at least on meditation. With a simple position, easy cross or something. Just don't use a wall to support your spine. You will see, it's not that easy. People who know, you know what is this, who was there on meditation retreat, how it goes? Meditation retreat you pass it through. What meditation traditions you know? Vipassana, you know what it means Vipassana? Yeah?
Yeah.
Anybody pass it through Vipassana retreat? No?
Yeah, Vipassana, we know that.
Yes.
So, you know what is this Vipassana. If you pass it through the Vipassana can be actually have a different traditions. Yeah. If we talk about difficult one, we need to talk about Goenka's one, according to traditions of Goenka. That's just really hardcore, like really difficult one. This is 10 hours a day you will sit. This is, you cannot look to anyone, you cannot talk to anyone, you just lock the channel of the mind, that's it. And on the first day, on the evening, you're really sure you will leave this retreat because body cannot follow. Body is super difficult to type. And then Goenka, very nice fat guy, like a kid, yeah, he will give you his kid's energy and you will not leave this retreat. And every day on the evening he will recharge you, and you will pass it through the all 10 days. This is a difficult. Some of them, Anapana, this is a part of Vipassana, yeah. Some of, if we talk about traditional, in the India we can say like that, traditional, it's not a very, but in the India, on the center, like Karnataka, there is the state, and a very not rich state, many poor people, they go to this retreat to looking for roof, because they have no house, and food, because they provide it for free. And they practice it there. So there is the 12 hours a day sitting. You will sit 12 hours a day. That's very difficult. And the people who think in meditation, I don't know who says, Masha says like, I don't have 15 minutes for the sitting, to the breathing. So if you don't have 15 minutes to meditate today, you have to sit 1 hour. Sit 1 hour like that. This is how you can manage this situation. Otherwise, you will, tomorrow definitely will have no time. You understand what I mean? So, Udiyana pranayama, please remind me, did we sort anatomically how it's going on? Because second group and your group, it's a little bit different information, I mean, about speed. I'm not really remember where we started.
Udiyana, because it's a deep breathing, it's activate parasympathetic.
Parasympathetic by the stimulation of the vagus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And the main target, to suck the blood from the pelvic area into the human's body. This is the area, area number 1, where sluggish effects going on, where it's beginning. That's why, you know what is this hemorrhoid? Yeah, there, and when you don't know what is this, yeah? This is the veins around the anus. They hold more blood, and like bubbles come outside of your anus. You can find it into the Google. V. Can you drop it? Can you write it down on the chat how it's spelled? Yeah, hemorrhoid. And there is another disease also in this area. Men's have a problem with that disease. It calls varicocelli. Varicocelli. This is on testicles, men's reproductive organs. Also locked into the. So veins circulation not going on, veins circulation on the left testicular, because delivering and out blood will come and out in a different way. There is very strange specification of that construction, but you can do your self-researching, and this is another topic, which also, if you're interested, will be sorted on the yoga therapy of the reproductive system, which also will come in soon. Not that soon as a digesting, but next will come. Varicocelli, yeah. But I want you to write hemorrhoid. This is more easy to understand. Yeah, this one. Thank you. Hemorrhoids calls in English. Yeah. How is?
Hemorrhoid.
Hemorrhoids. Okay. Let's go forward. According to this explanation, we should understand, people, that udiyana pranayama will be one of the main elements when we build a sequence for the people with these diseases, varicocelli and hemorrhoids, or how it goes. Yeah? Understand?
It has benefit for these two diseases, yeah?
Yeah, it's very, very beneficial, and it will force blood circulation. On the level of the varicocelli, unfortunately, we cannot catch transition. But this is for the people like kapha dosha, which have a high level of the mucus, because they have a constitution of the mucus. Yeah? Do you understand what I'm talking about now? Yeah? Okay. Moa, you understand what is necessary kapha dosha? Kapha dosha. You don't understand? Yes. You have to do your self-research. Constitution according to Ayurveda, it calls prakriti or dosha, like that. Ayurveda, constitutions, elements.
Dosha, you mean? Dosha like pitta, vata, kapha?
Yeah, vata, pitta, kapha, yeah, right, dosha. Okay, dear, I will explain you then. I will explain you then. I will explain you after. Okay. So people with the kapha dosha, where they have much elements as a mucus, yeah, and circulation of the blood also not that good as it should be, yeah. So it's kind of mucky blood like that, yeah. Not a very high leaky condition of the blood, and they are under sluggish effect. So they need to practice intense kind of activity, like Ashtanga yoga, very good for them, yeah. They're things which working with the sympathetic nerve system, so including udiyana pranayama, which actually parasympathetic one. You understand? They need to practice sympathetic elements, but in the same time they need to practice parasympathetic element as a udiyana pranayama, which will force blood circulation and prevent it from the sluggish. We can say, according to the last researchings, you actually can find it on the official sites, and even in the PubMed, which Masha shared with you yesterday, yeah, you can find the new researchings. This is interesting if you in this world I talk about, if you're interested about medical things. society, as you say. Around me I have a lot of worlds, a lot, including yoga world. Yeah? Also I have friends from the Christian traditions and the students from there I have a people like Buddhists. They're from that community, they're Buddhists. I have a people from the Muslim community. They follow Islam traditions. Traditions, we can say, yeah, traditions. So what traditions give you? What traditions give you?
Morals, principles.
Morals, this is the adaptation to the present moment. Many times ago, dear, in the Africa, it was very normal to eat your parents. It was a moral like that. You understand? It was normal. Huh?
It told us about the habits and how our ancestors think.
Traditions, this is most of honest history which available to us. Yeah? And what we can take from traditions? Knowledge we can take. Yeah? But look, if you will come to some community, doesn't matter what community, this is a yoga, anatomy, Ku Klux Klan, or anything, it will give you the rules. You have to stay into these rules. You cannot come out. If you're Christian, you cannot pray to Allah. You cannot. If you Muslim, you cannot pray to the Jesus. This is very not right. You understand? Including another channel, your ears will be closed. You will resist. This is condition of the fanatics. You just can't follow. You cannot think. Because if you will read a lot of books, you will collect a lot of knowledge. And this knowledge will be put to that book by some people. Maybe this knowledge was taken from the other books, maybe through themselves experience. So, only useful information, that information which can be used. This is a real value. And of course, definitely, we cannot, to be honest, we cannot talk about spirituality because it's also just my point of view. It doesn't mean it's like that. But I didn't meet anyone who can explain what it means spirituality. When we come here, we live in here. Like funny thing. Sometimes ago in the Instagram I find the community they call autonomous people. They don't eat and they don't sleep. You understand what it means? They resist to the sleeping and they don't want to eat. They have a special language, they have a special terms, they have even sensitive of the humor.
Humor I understand, but I'm saying these people you're talking about, they don't eat, they don't sleep, and they are still alive.
They're still alive. Yeah.
Oh, if they don't eat?
If they don't eat, don't drink, and don't sleep. Yeah.
Every 24 hours, all year, centuries.
Yeah, they say that.
Okay, they say that.
Yeah, you understand what I mean? Yeah. Because they create a self-community, this is a business. They hate the people. They call them anal sexual manians. No, anal oral manians, they call them like that. If you eat the food and then go poo, this is kind of not normal. And then we can say, look, nature with a millions years of the evolution, stupid, and their mind 34 years old, more clever than evolution, with a million years of the cut it and added the things. These communities cannot survive. The girls looking like boys. They they need a fat. They need a fat because fat is a this is hormonal organ. 30% of your estrogen come from the fat, from the lipid layer. You don't have a lipid layer, you have a problem with the reproductive. And this is everywhere around you. So people come here, super yogi skinny, girls with a bottom like this, with the shoulders bigger than mine, with a no this, with a no nothing. And they can't understand it. Why? They have a irregular rhythm of the how it goes, period. You understand? We sit, we sort, we find the look, digesting system. This is a super difficult, super thin, super useful, and just incredibly clever system of the body. It was created by the nature. By the most of look, and these people, and sometimes they will disappear because this is evolution like that. They will disappear. Women cannot have a kids, and this community will disappear. All of them will come back to the. In our history, we know examples when we create a special cities when we practice no sleeping and no eating. Do you remember that? Cut-off period of our history. This is the Second War. Right or not? Second War. War. Second World War. Yeah, war. Yeah. On that cut-off period, humans create special places. They collect their people and practice their fasting and no sleeping. And what was taken from there? Something good? No. Almost all of them dying. Creators dying, and people inside of that things also dying. You understand? Because they go too far from the nature. Too far. And let's come back to our actually targets. Our target of the course, yeah? Pranayama, that I start to talk with what? It should be clever, with the intellect. You understand? Do you have any questions about udiyana?
Yes. You said that udiyana pranayama is useful to suck the blood in the pelvic floor and push it up to circulate and prevent from sluggish effect, yes?
Yes.
And so is it good for some women's problem like cystic ovary or uterus? Or no?
Repeat again.
For cystic, you know cystic?
Kystic.
Can you write it?
Kyst, yeah, this is kind of tumor, yeah? Kind of, okay. Yeah, and yeah, I understand. Your question can be healed by that? No, cannot. This is too late. You should remember, I tell you that asana, yoga, tools can heal many things, but there is a deadline.
Yeah.
If it fell down, so when it starts to grow, that means general information already changed, and there is the body like that kyst, which living according to that changed information, and it cannot be changed back. It can be cut, clean it like or something like that, but by the breathing exercises, no, cannot. This is the breathing exercises. This is a good to prevent your body from that things, to prevent it. Yeah, like your body will not come to these conditions. But if it's already it cannot be healed. Okay, people, let's go to the short break. And then we still need to sort two techniques today, like like Nadi Shudhana, Mula Shudhana and Agni quickly. Okay? So, people, if you don't have any more questions about Udiyana Pranayama, we need to go forward. You have or don't have?
They will come because we are still growing and learning. As long as we are alive, there will always be questions.
Okay. To build the sequence for the student of Udiyana Pranayama. Did I explain you how to teach them to suck belly in? By the diaphragm move using.
By the what?
By the diaphragm using.
You suck.
Just a second. I need to. No. Just a second, please. So, some students, they can't understand. Some students, they can't understand what does it mean to suck your belly in and up. This is condition of the udiyana, right?
Yes.
And they will use abdominal muscles. They will use a kind of udiyana bandha, deep udiyana bandha. But udiyana pranayama and udiyana bandha, this is a different things. Through the udiyana bandha, we use abdominal muscles to bring the belly in. Yeah. Through the udiyana pranayama, abdominal muscles should be relaxed.
Yes.
If it's not relaxed, udiyana pranayama cannot be practiced and cannot be taken because abdominal muscles will resist. You understand? So this is a point of the explanation. Like that we can explain them. Second thing, physically, this is kind of adjustment, we can say, or an alignment or whatever. You need to take to let them lie down on the floor, yeah, and bring the arms on this position. Ribs will be open and diaphragm will come in up a little bit. For some people, this is understand what necessary to do. In same time, abdominal muscles should be relaxed. Relax your abdominal muscles. They will start to have a small packets under ribs. They will feel it, yeah? And ask them to feel quality of the movement. What your body do, how your abdominal working when you bring your arms up. Student on the floor, you understand? Student on the floor, he lying down. This is understand?
Yes.
Then, if he can't understand, then I will close the nose and close the mouth. First, I will ask him to do exhale. Then I will close his nose by the one fingers and the palm. This one will come to the mouth. I will close both breathing channels and will ask him to inhale. Through that manipulation, the diaphragm will come in up. It will be sucked up with the belly. Yes? You understand or not?
Yes.
Close the nose, close the mouth, and ask. Inhale. Then belly comes direction in that way. And then student understand what you want from him. Yes? Moon, you understand me?
Yes, it works.
Yeah, it works. Good, V. I like your activity. So I want you to try with yourself also. What I'm trying to message.
I did it. It really works
Yeah,
for me.
it really works.
I
And then, if they still not understand, you have to ask on this position. They stand on this position, yeah? They stand on this position. You ask them to relax the belly. You stand behind, and by the palm using, you will send the belly in and up under ribs. Just relax your belly, exhale and belly in like that. Then these manipulations will be enough to explain them what and how working actually. Understand?
Yes.
Let's go to the. Traditionally, it will be practiced by the 5 rounds, and on the exit, very important to relax belly first. So they take position, exhale all the way down, then straight their arms, take a chin lock, elbow lock, hold it that long much as they can. What does it mean that long much as they can? They should, at least, they have to practice on uncomfortable level. Uncomfortable means little bit not enough oxygen and then inhale. Yeah, like your body want to do inhale, but your body want to do inhale, but you hold it, you still. This is kind of body breathing system. You provide kind of, you feed it. Like that we can say, yeah? You come little bit forward and you come closer to surviving level. Body will survive. Through the surviving on retention. As you know, I hope you remember from the Sophia's lecture, if she give it to you, real pranayama beginning with the kumbhakas. When you start to practice kumbhakas, this is a real pranayama. So when air not circulated inside of you, yeah? It can be on inhale, on exhale, like Richaka, Puraka, yeah? But only when you start. Now we talk about exhale. So we do exhale, and you need to bring your surviving sources to the on condition, to condition on. You need to switch it on. You understand? So body with the surviving first. This is the level of the instincts and your reflexes. I want to ask you the question. Look, for example, someone take you by the neck and put you underwater and hold you there. First you feel okay. For the first moment you feel okay because muscles still have oxygen and in the lungs oxygen and the things like that. For the some like 10 seconds. In 10 seconds you will start to feel kind of uncomfortable. Next you will feel like you really need to do inhale because request of the whole body will, so whole body will send the signal to your managing nerve system like, hey, we need the oxygen, yeah? Then you will come to the stress. Then you will come to surviving. After stress, you will come to surviving. On the level of surviving, your body will looking for sources of to survive inside. In this case, will be used first. This is the lipid layer. This is the most of available sources for the body to survive. It cannot be used for a long time because without oxygen body will die. But when you come to surviving level, your body will heat it and start to sweating a lot because a lot of lipids will be burned. Lipids, maybe you know, maybe you don't know, doesn't matter. This is the holder of your toxins. Toxins. You know toxin, what is this? Toxin, yeah? Your liver, as a main guy who will clean your body from toxins, will use some toxins because liver can. Like for example, with the bile, you know bile, gallbladder, bile. This is the liver go toilet like that. This is the, we can say, colon waste of the liver like that. Very important liquid for the digesting system, like digesting juices. But some toxins, even for that, not valid. And then liver will drop it to the fat, and then to the fat layer, yeah, and then the toxins will be there like in the fridge. Like in the fridge.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Yeah. And since your body will start on survive when you hold your attention for the long time, body will start to burn your fat as an energy holder, your lipids as energy holders. You understand what I'm talking about? People, I need your reaction, please.
Yes.
Yeah. And with the lipid cells, toxins will be burned too. So retention on exhale, amazing tools to for detoxification, to clean your body from toxins.
Amazing.
And another effect from the udiyana, including agnisar too, actually in general, because these techniques not far from each other. Can you give me the answer? So we know your breathing system can work in according to somatic nerve system, yeah, and according to vegetative reflexes. Everybody understand what I'm talking about? Pardis, you understand? Say yes. Yes? Yes. V.
I think so.
Your body can breathe it by itself. This is the reflexes. Vegetative. Your body breathing. This is you do it.
Yes.
Somatic.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, my question. That guy put you down there underwater line and hold you. He will hold you for 3 minutes there. First you will just survive, then you almost die, then you feel hallucination, and just when your body will try to do inhale underwater, he will come and you out. My question, you will do it by your muscles like this, or your body will do it? What nerve system working, somatic or vegetative?
Together.
Together. And this is that what I was talking about. This is the unique effect of pranayama. This is the union on this level. You will take experience how you can manage processes which normally out of the human's control. I talk about reflexes.
Yes.
This is understood?
So,
V, you not understand.
at the end.
What you not understand, dear? Tell me.
Okay. So when the person inhales, when they come up, this is them, right? No?
Huh? What did you say?
Oh, you said that two systems of breathing, right? First, the body, just on its own vegetative.
Let's call it on the normal way terms. Somatic, vegetative. Yeah? Body breathing by the self, by vegetative. Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Then, what is your question?
So when the person is pulled out, it's somatic. This is my understanding.
When a person come out, together working, vegetative and somatic, it working together. You want to do inhale? Want. You will do it? Yes. Your body want, your body need it.
Okay.
You understand? And this is the moment, this is a very short moment of the first only inhale, only first one, when you coming out. The same thing you can train to the practicing of the kumbhakas when you start to practice retentions with exhale. With inhale actually also, but not that strong effect. Yeah? And this element will affect to the all retentions. That's why when you practice in here and I can control, then by my forcing, I can, by my screaming, I can give you a little bit more energy to hold a little bit longer. You remember that, yeah? Maybe you can, maybe check. Don't hurry to do inhale. Check if you want to hold a little bit more. No, not yet. Look, you will not to die. No. You understand? So, like that you talk with the mind. with his mind, with a mind practitioner, yeah? And mind can hold retention more, little bit more. But on inhale, then belly drop it out to bring the blood circulation to the balance. I talk about pelvic, abdominal, chest and the head area. Blood circulation, bring it to the balance. You understand? And only then you do inhale. And here on that moment when you do inhale, your somatic and vegetative nerve system, they are partners, they work together. And we can say you little bit control that. Not a control, you work together with the levels of your body which normally out of our control, out of your control. This is a vegetative nerve system. This
Question.
Yeah.
When we come up for the inhale, you tell us straight away to exhale, but body still wants a second inhale.
Who care?
I care because it's very difficult from retention, inhale, straight away exhale. For me, retention, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale.
Okay. On beginning way, when you will provide agnis or any kind of kumbhakas, they can do extra inhales. But you still have to stay next and say no extra inhale. They need to see the target first. Second, when you practice asana and you're very stiff, when you practice asana and you're very stiff, you just can't touch your knees. Yeah, you can touch your knees because you're stiff. And sometimes you can come super deep. Why?
Relaxed.
No. No. When you start to practice asana, just start to practice asana, absolutely beginner. You just can touch your knees on the forward bend, but in half year, you easily can put your palms to the floor and you don't feel pain. Why?
Because you go further and further in releasing the stiffness.
This is another language of the body. It also, I explained it before. This is a request. My son can sit on this split easily. Why? Because everything open. And sometimes, if I will not to support it, if I will not request, response of the body will be what? You don't use, you don't need it. Okay, that much necessary. Okay, that much for you. So this is a question of the training. Yeah, and on beginning, this is the painful and the difficult, and but that's why we practice it. And if you do it on the comfortable way, you just lose your time. People, what does it mean waste your time? What it means waste? It's saying lose your time.
You don't improve, no improvement.
I don't know improvement what means, but okay, so you just lose your time. If you don't practice, if you practice on the comfortable way, you hold a little bit, then you come up and just do many inhales and exhales, you just lose your time. It's not working with you. It don't gives you any benefits. This is a pretend, or how to say, you just pretend. It's not a practice like that. So, through the training, when your body will understand, body, inner, but super clever, your body will provide you. Your body will start to distribute your energy sources on that requested way. And then you don't need to do extra inhales and exhales. Question of the training. Training means just repeat many times, that's it. Like that. More questions?
So far, so good.
Okay. Let's go to the Agni Saradhauti. Agni Saradhauti, as we know, this is the sympathetic element. Udiyana pranayama, this is a parasympathetic one, yeah? Agni Saradhauti, sympathetic one. Why?
First, we have manipulation of the abdominal in Agni.
To understand why we need to know, sorry, Agni always coming after udiyana pranayama. Udiyana pranayama to request the blood from the low limbs. Blood come to your blood circulation system, heart start to work properly. Yeah. You understand? Even if you will not to practice after udiyana pranayama, in some times your body will come to the sympathetic level, because your body have into the arterial system a lot of blood and it's necessary to sort it. How? Kidney working, resistive vessels working, heart pumping, you understand? Liver is also working. All organs enriched by the blood circulation, all body working. In same time, through that manipulations, out and in, mechanically you will affect to the kidneys. Yeah? And as we know, kidney have a gland called adrenal gland. Kidney will produce what? Kidney will, that gland will produce hormone of the stress, cortisol, right? You remember that? You not remember that?
Yes.
Okay.
But you didn't say, you just know.
Oh, that's super cool that you know this. Yeah. So, and not only cortisol, what more? Moon, if I didn't say, will be produced by that gland.
The gland of
Adrenal glands.
Adrenal gland, kidney. I just don't need this.
Cortisol? Only cortisol?
Cortisol and the first stress, you said.
Cortisol, this is a hormone of the stress. Cortisol, hormone of the stress, this is a cortisol. No more? Just this?
Yeah.
Adrenaline, noradrenaline? No? Adrenal glands produce adrenaline, main function. Adrenal glands, adrenaline. Right? Or not?
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, not at all. So now you know a little bit more, right? Okay. And this is the very, very strong substances, adrenal gland, adrenaline, and cortisol. And it will switch on sympathetic processes inside of the body. This is the difference. In same time, through the manipulation of the udiyana, you will push down and push up your pelvic, support my organs of the pelvic area, muscles. This is the muscle. And to control conditions of that muscles, we use another technique, and we will sort it next. But to switch on the glands into the pelvic area, we have a glands there. Yeah? Have a glands there. Yes. We will use a agni. You need to know your, tell me, what is this, your body? I don't talk about your head, your body. Body without head, what is this?
It's like a car without driver.
Yeah. This is the car, like to remove your head this way or that way. To say on the simple language. Yeah. This is the main function, to move your head to the different directions. Support for the head, because head, this is the main guy.
Okay.
You understand what I mean? in same time, you have a very important function. This is the reproductive function, and all your body working for your reproductive system, to save your reproductive system. This is the super important. But in same time, on the moment of surviving, your body will forget about reproductive system, and reproductive system will stop to work it, because your reproductive system not necessary for surviving. You understand? This is like body will distribute your energy sources in case, I mean, yeah? So, udiyana, agni saradhauti, as we know, this is the technique will switch on your alive energy. According to traditions, this is a digesting energy, and it will be switched on. But at the same time, your reproductive system will also forced. By that, when we push belly out, we not only push belly out, this pressure pushes to the pelvic hip too, and your organs of the pelvic area will comes down, and you suck it up, and comes down, and suck it up. You understand? This is kind of massage, which will push circulation of the blood into the walls of the vessels. This is the point where sluggish beginning first, sluggish effect beginning first. People, you hold my line, you understand what I'm talking about? Your vessels, veins and arteries have a walls. Inside of there we have a muscles. And these muscles working according to the volume of the oxygen which will be delivered. They will contract and release, yeah? And sluggish effect first, beginning into the walls of the vessels. Moi, you with me? You understand me? Good. And that pumping, not pumping like a pushing and sucking, yeah, pumping we can say, effect will force circulation of the blood into the vessel walls. Thea, you with me? You understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So, agni saradhauti as an element will be useful for the people with a disbalance of the reproductive system, because very big part of your life energy living in there into the reproductive system. People, you understand the difference? I talk about vegetative nerve system and reflexes, yeah? Vegetative nerve system, why one of them, this is the sympathetic, another parasympathetic.
I think so.
Yeah, it's easy to understand, right? You understand? Say yes. Yes? Yes. Okay, good.
Until you ask me a question.
I will. I already have a question, and since you don't ask me about contraindications, then I will ask you on the chat, on the WhatsApp. Yeah, this is too late.
Question for you already.
Yeah, this is too late. Let's discuss about contraindications of udiyana and agnisar into the chat, because look, this is not a a lot of time to sort properly all aspects of pranayama. That's why it's kind of beginners. We talk about actually beginners, and this is a foundation, like a first stones of the building. Yeah. Without it, building will not stay. So first we need to sort a simple and effective. All of this month, if you every day practicing, you cannot not feel effects of pranayama to your body, to the quality of the practice, to your mind condition, to the everything. And in same, since we mix it little bit with the conversation into WhatsApp, yeah, this is you little bit into this stream, and this is a good. And then, if you will work as a teacher, that things will be useful. Especially you need to think. Especially you need to do all your researchings because I didn't give you full information. You need to find it, you need to prove it, you need to protect it from the my attacks, and this is the real teaching process. Not just I telling you, otherwise you will be just the followers, but not researchers. I want you to be researchers, you know what I mean? No traditions, just every day something new. You find it, wow. And according how it works to your body, how it working with. Okay, and one more topic which will be sorted today, the technique which we'll practice. We'll practice in heart today on the pranayama practice. It will be limited. I talk about pranayama because some part we will take for them how it called scale motoric or some, this for that exercises, not remember name, to force your neuron system exercises for neuron communications. And two techniques we will do today properly. That will be Nadi Shudhana and Mula Shudhana 2. So this is when we will work with your mula bandha area. Mula bandha. Here we need to take explanation of the teachers. They call it mula bandha area into the active condition. Horse drinking water. We're not just contract it, we contract it and suck it up. Contract it and suck it up. On the picture, it can look like this. This is the muscle around your sphincter. There is the muscles, ligament muscles also. When it not just contract these muscles, when it contract this first and these muscles second. So we contract it and suck it up. All area of your pelvic hip. Now you understand pelvic hip. What is this? Yeah? That muscle layer which will support your organ from down here. Need to bring it up. And this is the main element which we can use with the problems of the reproductive system. I talk about pranayama tools. So, how it will looking like? Oh, so good markers. Look like how it cleaned easily. Student will sit on the comfortable condition, on the comfortable. Many students make mistake when they contract gluteus maximus. You know gluteus maximus muscle? This is gluteus maximus muscle, this one. So, and then practice will look like this. You understand? This is mistake, main mistake. Inner muscles working, inner, not muscles of the skeleton, inner muscles working. This is the many algorithms which will be sorted today properly. This technique will be more effective if you will combine it with the Ujjayi breath, which we already sorted, and you know what does it mean Ujjayi, how to practice it, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay. Then questions.
So when you practice it with Ujjayi, always you are contracting it every time, so you don't let go. Every minute, when you do Ujjayi, inhale, exhale, you are contracting mula. Inhale, exhale, still contracting.
Through the practicing of just Ujjayi?
Yes.
Yes.
When you practice Ujjayi,
yes,
with the mula bandha.
Mula bandha active.
All the time, even inhale, exhale.
Even inhale and exhale. Look, V, this is again, you just repeat your question by the using another words. This is a question of a training. To be honest, I didn't saw anyone, including me, who can hold the udiyana, mula bandha for the whole sequence. We talk about Ashtanga practicing, yes, or at least like 1.5 hour traditionally, yeah, 1 hour, 45 minutes, something like that. I didn't saw anyone. This is that difficult.
Yes.
And I know very, very high level practitioners, they practice not even intermediate, they go forward, but they still cannot hold, they still working. This is process, I think it's, no, maybe this is a possible, but I didn't saw anyone who can hold it like that. We, response of the body, we request body should provide. As I explained you just a couple of minutes before. But when we talk about udiyana bandha, this is necessary to practice so hard. Mula bandha, yeah? And one of the problem, as I say, of disbalance of the reproductive system, men's, women's, this is the pelvic hip, which with the age goes down like that. Why it's so problem? Let's come back to the nature. Nature put it right here. Don't forget here, not just your reproductive, right? Digesting also here, digesting organs. And when it goes down, geometrically, location will change. It will lead into the trophical function. You know trophical function, what it means? Trophical. No. Delivering food. Blood circulation will be changed because it will affect to the vessels. Or it will be more long, or it will come like this, or like that, or something. And another thing which more not good, this is the innervation. Your nerve channels will be overstretched, or also something will push to them, and service of these organs will not come in properly. Your brain don't know about conditions of the organs of your pelvic area. That's why your brain cannot send the orders to produce this or that much, this or that elements, like hormones as a managing part or something. You understand? So that's why on the practicing of the asana, they pay that much attention about upside down postures, because innervation and trophical function temporary but can be recovered. That's why in Sarvangasana we stay longer. That's why in Shirshasana we stay much longer, because all organs come back to the normal position, even a little bit more easy for that biological material like a signal molecules and electric impulses get communication. Then at least temporary brain will collect proper information and provide enough services for that organs. This is understand, people?
Yes.
Yeah. So incredible technique, mula shodhana, super difficult. Today you will feel it, but at the same time you should know already from the previous lectures. Difficult elements, very beneficial. That's why it's so difficult. Simple elements, this is don't gives you the benefits. You can sit. This is easy. What it gives you? Nothing. You understand? Difficult elements, that it's difficult because this is a very beneficial elements. That's why we have to practice much more harder and pay more attention about that elements. Today we will do. In same time, since you will work with the muscles, blood circulation in that muscles will be forced, and it also will affect to prevent it from the sluggish effects. Understand? Through the contraction, you will affect, how to say, evacuation. What is this? How to evacuate? To remove the sluggish blood from there. Are you with me? You understand?
Yes.
No. So, okay, people. This is like a minimum what we need to know. Prepare your questions. Tomorrow we'll start with the answers, and we will go forward about other techniques which we still need to sort it, like on that, according to that sequence which we provide. There is some techniques which necessary to sort it to have a completion, to complete the